Tell me what you think about this. Finesse fishing versus power fishing. Which one do you think catches the biggest fish? Which one do you think wins the most tournaments? Which one do you think makes the most top 10s? Power fishing or finesse techniques? I think the first thing that we got to do is we got to kind of define what is finesse fishing or finesse techniques and what is power fishing or power fishing techniques. Okay, this is what I thought of when I think of the concept of finesse fishing. This is just my definition. Using lighter lures, more detailed lures, a more precise presentation to catch a fish that otherwise would not bite. He's not looking to bite, he's not going to bite, but I'm using a very detailed lure and a very precise cast and approach to make that fish bite. That's finesse fishing, in my own words. Then we got to think about this. What is power fishing? Come on, baby. Oh, that's a big one, dude. That's a bass. That's a big one. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's a difference maker right there, cuz. Dude, that might be the biggest bass I ever caught.
That's pushing the bait.
Oh God! Oh God! Dude, I set the hook on it. I was like, oh, that ain't. I thought it was like. For me, power fishing is using a bait that I can cover a lot of water with, that I can use heavier gear with, and it's something that I could use to locate large schools of fish. I can move faster. I can be more instinctual, not necessarily think about my cast and the presentation as with as much detail and as much intention. I can kind of just go on instinct. Just go, hit the target, go. To me, that's what power fishing is. The video you're about to watch is a video of me in Florida using a spinning rod. And the first half of the video, we are power fishing using frogs, flipping, and the size fish that we caught wasn't that big. If you'll wait to the end of the video, you'll see I'll pull out my spinning rod. And I want you to witness what I caught on my spinning rod versus what I caught on my bait caster, throwing frogs, flipping a big weight. I think there's a place for each bait, and you got to make sure you know and recognize when you need to be power fishing and when you need to slow down and have a more precise, more intentional approach to fishing. Sometimes that will allow you to catch more fish. Oh,
is that a big one?
I don't know.
That looks like a big one. Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one. We're in Florida because I want to catch big bass, big greasy ones, big ones. I want to see some blow-ups. It's cold at home. I've been shaking around all these little bitty worms in 30 foot, 40 foot of water. I don't want to do any of that anymore. So I come to Florida to get my masculine on, you know, to get my masculine energy of the season, get that up. So I come down to Florida. We can flip them out of the grass mats. You can catch them on a frog. You put on your 50-pound braid. You know, it's just, I come from the aura of Florida. That's why we're here today. Oh, I got him. Oh my God.
Me and Brian met, I think in 2019. I actually won a little fishing competition to go out and fish with Brian out on Hartwell. And that was the first time we fished together. First time I ever caught a spotted bass too, actually, on Lake Hartwell. And just became friends after that and been fishing ever since.
Oh,
I got him.
Oh my
I got
God. Holy smokes.
How about that one?
What about that? That's what I come to Florida for? Huh? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you feel it come down? I felt it come down. Woo.
That's
Dude,
the kind
that
of
was
blow
heavy.
you look for through there.
Yeah, that was heavy, bro. That was heavy.
That was it right there.
Look at me throwing back in that hole. God dang. Good grief. Boy, it sounded so good. That's what we come down here for, right there. Frogging is fun. Explosive blow-ups. It's like hand-on-hand combat, right? You want to punch somebody in the face, you're mad, you're angry, always go for the frog because it's really aggressive bites that you get to see. Today I'm using a 13 fishing trash panda. They have a popping version. It's got an open mouth on it. And then I also have a walking version, what we refer to as a walking version, because it just has a more pointed nose. This, for me, seems to work best when I'm fishing around cypress trees, open water frogging, fishing around lily pads, or if I just want the bait to just kind of stay in place a little bit more, I'll usually use the popping version. But today, we're fishing it around duckweed, matted vegetation. And what happens is if you try to throw the popping version, it will snag on the duckweed a lot. You just can't work it right. So we're gonna use the regular walking guy with the pointed nose. I'm using this color right here. It just has a white belly with a green back. And I'm pairing it up with a 7.3 heavy action favorite Pro Series. I got a really fast reel on it, so if I get one on him, I get him skiing across the top, I can keep up with it, all right? So I like to use 50-pound test braid. Sometimes I'll go as small as 30, but 50 is a good, I think, happy medium. That way you can cast it far. There's gonna be times where you really wanna get that bait way, way out there. So that's when I'll use the smaller braid because it's just less resistance. The connection knot that I like to use is just a double Palomar. And all that is once I've run the line through like that, 2 times, you got 2 strands of line. What I do is I'll come back through and I'll run it back 1 more time. So now you got 4 strands of line, of braided line going through the line tie. So it just makes it super strong and you don't have to worry about it slipping as well. Since we're fishing pretty heavy vegetation, I won't really modify my frog a whole bunch. I'll leave the legs just about where they are because if I cut the legs, sometimes they can just make it a little bit, make the frog a little less buoyant. The fact that I've got a lot of rubber behind here, that rubber is buoyant, so it's gonna make the frog stay on top of the vegetation and the grass a lot better. Coming up in South Carolina, you know, the style of fishing that I have where I live is just polar opposite of fishing around the Tampa area or just Florida in general. The fish act totally different. You got a totally different vegetation. You got totally different just landscape period. So when I started fishing tournaments away from home, I had to literally relearn the art of bass fishing when I started fishing in Florida. So I'm continuously learning new things. I'm always finding new ways to catch fish when I come to Florida. So every year there's about 2 weeks that I'll come down here and spend and try to build on the previous year's knowledge that I found when I'm in Florida.
Oh, come on. Oh, there it is.
Look at him.
We captured one.
He captured one. He was on the real end too, wasn't he?
Yeah. He came out and shot after it though.
That's what he bites like how I bite. I'm aggressive like that. I'm aggressive.
You got it
like
good too.
Yeah, you got it good. You seen the fish you catch? Yeah. Ow! I wasn't sure if he had it or not because we had so many bites where they ain't got it, but he got it this time, and I got him, and he got it. I like the way he hit it though, because he didn't give me none of that foolishness. So quite honestly, I don't really know what I got an idea of what Christian is gonna have planned for me when I get down to Florida, but the truth is, I really don't know because it's like multifaceted. I fish with him because I wanna learn. I know he's from the area, he's really good, proven tournament angler right here in this state. He's did really well in BFLs and Toyota series here, so I wanna learn from him. So even though I've got some things in my mind of how I wanna catch fish when we get down there, I'm also got my eyes open to learn and see what he knows and try to, you know, pick up a little jewel, a little nugget here and there. There he is. Good grief, dude. That's a big one.
Oh, is that a good one? That's a good one too.
Big one. Dude, I hit him and it locked up.
Move.
I locked up like a lawnmower in wet grass. Bro, when you flip it up there towards the pads, like as soon as it hits the water, I got him. He jumped right up in my hand. He jumped right up in my hand, in my hand. He jumped in my hand. Dude, when you flip it up toward them pads though, like.
They hit it on the drop.
Oh, drop? What drop? Drop the beat. Dude, I flipped it up there, right? And you know how you let it set? The first thing I just let it set. And you go to click it in. And you're like, line is going yonder. Why is it going yonder? I'm cool with that. That's the best one we caught so far.
Yeah, easily.
Easily the best one we caught so far. You keep doing this, you find the right little patch of pads, you'll catch 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pounder.
Growing up fishing in Tampa, there's really not too much fresh water around. Pretty much everybody's fishing saltwater, but I was a little bit different. I really enjoyed catching bass and fishing ponds, getting out on some local rivers and lakes. We don't have too much to offer here in Tampa, but there are a few really good places to fish right here in Tampa. About an hour and a half or so out is where most of the tournaments are held, but really learned how to bass fish here in Tampa.
Well, Christian, it looks like my junk talking jinxes today. I was planning on coming down here and enjoying my first topwater action of the year, but we had some blow-ups.
We had a couple, but they just weren't getting it like they should be.
I think I know why though, because the last 2 or 3 days I've been watching the weather and it looks like this is the first time y'all have had like some good, solid, stable, 80 degrees, sunny layout on the front deck of the boat and get your suntan on. And I think what a lot of these fish are doing, they're making love right now. So it makes sense when I'm in my bed. I don't really want to get up and do it. I don't have a natural sensation to get up and do jumping jacks and jump over the top of a frog. So I believe if we transition to fishing a little slower pace, fishing for fish that we know are spawning, or sight fishing, like visually.
Yeah, the water's
seeing
pretty
fish.
clear. We might run into a few.
Yeah, the water's real clear. You've seen the eyes I have. I could look at anything, man. So let's just start flipping some of these pads, sight fishing a little bit. We'll try to find some banks that don't have that duckweed on it and get with it. Come on, cuz. Come on, baby. This looks good right here. Golly, dude.
Oh, is that a big one?
I don't know.
That looks like a big one. Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
You want me to grab her?
Oh my God, can you get her?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Can you get that one? Oh. Bring it out here.
Whoa, that girl.
Belly dropped it, baby. Oh, he belly dropped that one. Dude, I flipped it in these loose pads. Hold on, let me power pole down. Dude, where would you be without power poles nowadays? Holy smokes.
I belly grabbed him like a small
Bro, he bit, dude. I flipped him out in these loose pads. You can see some loose pads in like 8 foot of water. And then he was like, you know how you check them and I felt it like doing like that.
Once you set into him, I knew he was big, and then he was shooting across the pads.
Yeah. Yeah, you just saw him hang out,
like,
dude. He was gone. He was gone. He hurt me a little bit. He hurt me just a little bit. I like that, bro. I like that a lot. Hey, That switch right there, hey, dropping that frog. I don't even want to talk about a frog no more after that. I'll take that all day.
First little section of pads and what, 3 or 4 bites already?
Yeah, dude. You got to play the conditions. You got to, you got to coordinate. Just coordinate. That's all you got to do. Coordinate with these bass.
Make some adjustments.
Yeah. You know me. You seen the fish I catch. You know what I'm saying? You seen the fish I catch. So of course I was hopeful. I was thinking that I was going to come down here and catch a few fish on the frog. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to hear that. I wanted to hear that manly. I wanted to hear that. We didn't get that. But this is a good consolation because I love flipping. I don't get to do that either in South Carolina. We're just deprived of that style of fishing where I live. So even though I don't get a frog bite, flipping this pass, I can take that. I'm cool with that. We can rock with that. I'm happy just catching and flipping because that's man-to-man combat as well. 100% a bite. It might not have been a bass, but I didn't give it any time once it ticked. You got it again. I told you bit it. You've seen the fish I catch. Look at him, he's tinkling. When they're tinkling like that, when you see them tinkling out of their little woohoo, usually that means they're spawning. When you pick him up like that and he just kind of, I think he let it all go. I think he's finished. He hit that thing the first time I flipped it in there. I flipped it in there, I didn't even check it. I went down on the pad, you can see the line jump on the surface. I didn't check it or nothing. I just went ahead and set the hook, flipped it in the second time, it was.
So out here on this river, it's right around the spawn right now. We've got a lot of pre-spawn, a lot of post-spawn, and a lot of fish that are actually spawning. So they'll kind of use that duckweed as a pre and post-spawn type deal. Get up in there's a lot of bluegill, a lot of bait, and they'll kind of roam up underneath the duckweed mats, just feeding up pre-spawn and post-spawn. So it's a really great way to catch a lot of fish and a lot of big fish.
There's a little bass protecting fry right here. They're spawning this time of year, and the male will hang around and protect his babies.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah. God, oh, I'm sorry, buddy, got a headache. So what I did is I just flipped in there with a worm, and they're really, really feisty. They got it right. They got the societal structure right. The male just hangs around and protects the babies while mom goes back and eats and gets back healthy. Because what happens is the male will fan the bed out, and then the female comes, lays the eggs, the male fertilizes them and waits around at the bed and protects the babies once they're hatched. My secret weapon when I come to Florida, I always end up pulling it out, and I've caught them really good in tournaments. On spinning rod, light line, and just a little bitty 6-inch straight worm. Nobody does that down here. Everybody comes out with big guns. Sun's out, guns out. That's all it's sun's out, guns out, flipping and doing all the big stuff. I'll come down here with my dripping with finesse spinning rod, and I found a little patch of pads that, man, when I saw them, I like on the inside, I felt good about it. All right, like I just had this feeling, anytime I see a patch of pads that's out there by itself, sitting by its lonesome, I get this, I saw it and I just come over me.
There he is.
Big one.
Big?
Yeah.
Big?
Big. Big one.
Big?
Yeah. It's a big one.
Oh man.
It's a big one. That's a big one. Hey, when I come to Florida.
That might be your 9-pounder.
I never come to Florida without my spinning rod, dude. I never come to Florida without my spinning rod. I knew that was a big one. When I felt him and it was just heavy, when it was just heavy like that, I was like, yep, that's one of them ones. Everybody's like, baitcaster, Florida, big line, braid, big baits. Here I come with the old South Carolina special, baby. Oh, get him. Yeah. Here I come with the show special. Boom! Woo, baby! On the spinning pole. On the B-Lat 60. Right there, baby.
There you go.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, baby. On the spinning pole down here in Florida. God dang.
That's the one we've been looking for right
Dude,
there.
you remember what I was talking about? Like these fish, like
Yeah,
the best
they're
is yet
fat.
to come. They ain't all made it.
I think that's a pre-spawner
Pre-spawn.
probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, dude. Pre-spawn. They're pre-spawn on a lot of this stuff too, man.
Yeah.
God dang, baby, that's a woo!
On the spinning rod.
On the spinning rod. You didn't even think about that. He showed up with his bait cast. That's all I need. That's all I need is my bait caster. I was like, yeah, well, you know, I throw spinning rods too. Bro! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Just like always, when I spend time in Florida, I kind of building blocks. It's building blocks. You come one year and you learn a little bit, you build on that for next year. Then you build on that next year. One thing I'm starting to learn every year when I come in Florida, even though this is a river, you know, we fish places like Okeechobee, I fish the Harris Chain, I fish Toho, I fish Kissimmee. All these places down here, they really fish the same. If you find a little bit of isolated vegetation, the fish spawn around it. You just kind of watch the weather conditions a couple days before, and it's gonna give you a good indication of what the fish are gonna be doing. They really all kind of fish pretty much the same, no matter if it's a river or if it's Okeechobee. This Florida fish, pretty monotone. That right there, my friend, he didn't want that smoke, baby.
No,
Woo!
that one.
Dude, I always love it when I come here to Florida. Good weather. I got to get my first topwater bite of the season. I got to catch some flipping.
First bedding fish.
Caught him, caught me. I got the sight fish today. What else did I do? Caught some flipping.
Spinning
And
rod.
the spinning pole. That's a lot, dude. Most times
That
you
is
think
a
about
lot.
coming to Florida, you think, you know, he's just gonna come in here and do a little flippy, boop, 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 maybe a little frogging, but bro, this is like
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a frogging day. I just brought the one rod.
you were wrong.
I was wrong.
Lie detector test, you were wrong. Bro, they whipped me out today, man. This was a good day. We caught lots of fish. I'm glad I got to come down here. I think we should take it in, bro.
Yeah, let's
Take
do it.
in. End it on a good note, man.
End it on a good
Come
note.
on,
Big
baby.
one.
Great trip. I love it. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll come back to Florida again, man.
You should.
I should come back to
Lots of
Florida.
big fish.
Big fish?
They seem to like you. They liked you a little bit better than me
Well,
today.
you see the fish I catch.
I see the fish you catch.
Yeah. This place right here in Tampa is like a big city, but it kind of feels like home as well. You know, the culture's really strong here. It's a place I enjoy fishing, and maybe he'll bring me back again. Hopefully. You know, maybe he'll bring me back. It might not. I don't know. We'll have to see.